Welcome back to the show, everyone. It's always nice to see our next guest because she brings a vast array of men's shoes with her.
Hey!
So we can all, you know, enjoy.
Mike, some of these are actually in your size. You can wear some of them. Jacqui Cohen is joining us now, of course, President and CEO of Army and Navy, and it is that time for their crazy, crazy annual shoe sale. How are you?
Oh, I'm so great. Thanks for having me.
The shoe sale doesn't get any less crazy. I mean, as the years go by.
Hopefully it gets more and more crazy, yeah.
So for those who have never been, give us the details.
Well, Army and Navy has been doing the world famous, Canada's largest shoe sale for 50 years, believe it or not.
Unbelievable.
And we have 100,000 pairs of shoes to sell in our 6 stores. Designer names galore, as you see, and it is a frenzy of activity because of the price, of course.
When do your buyers go out and start trying to find the stuff? Are you sourcing all year?
I would say that first of all, a lot of the suppliers source us because we're so well known in North America as, you know, consumers of designer shoes. So I would say that as of today, Silvio, our shoe buyer is already getting ready for next year.
And when you say frenzy, it is a frenzy, but it's also so much fun. So many groups of girls get together and they make a day of it. How much fun is it for you to watch the chaos?
You know what I love is the generations. We have 3, I think we've even had sometimes 4 generations, mother, daughter, granddaughter, great, you know, and they come in and they tell the stories about, the grandmothers tell me, I've been shopping here for, you know, the store's been there for 92 years, and it really warms the cockles of your heart.
Absolutely.
So, and the new kids coming up, you know, we're tweeting and twittering and flaunting and fluging and all those things that you have to do these days to get the younger kids. So, you know, it's a real compliment, I think, to our selection when you can bring in the 90-year-old woman who's going to buy the flats, not the lubies. And then you've got
there are some 90-year-olds that could rock these.
No kidding.
They would
maybe not for long, but they can rock them. When you look around, I mean, you know, I guess the joy of it for people is they go in there and people are always blown away by, you know, the designer labels that you guys are getting, and the prices are
ridiculous.
They're bizarre.
Well, we don't make money on it, but it's a great advertising. You know, it's just, it's a real, there's an art in this shoe sale. As I said, it takes a lot of hours to get it all together and all that stuff, but you know what, it's so rewarding to see so many happy faces. And women really, they'll see me on the street and they go, I'm still wearing these and I bought them 8 years ago.
And you mentioned generations, Jacqui, and of course you mentioned 50 years, Army and Navy, your family. How proud are you of Army and Navy and what you've done?
Well, you know, as I said, 92 years ago is when Army and Navy started, and we're still in the downtown east side, as well as, of course, 5 other locations. But the downtown east side I'm really proud of, because when all those other stores, we won't say who, but they up and left, and I get very emotional to think that we're still there and that we've weathered it out. And of course, now, as anybody that lives in Vancouver knows, the area is totally turned around. It's Soho, Vancouver.
And you've been saying that for years.
I have, and you know, it's still, I mean, there's, you know, and I love the fact that my welfare people, you know, the first Wednesday of every month is Welfare Wednesday, and I'm in the store, and the clients that come in there are still living in the area. And you know, we're not looking for gentrification where everybody should be middle America and live there. It's what makes the area so special is that you've got the seniors and you've got the welfare recipients, and there are a lot of people there that have pride of ownership, and you know, so it's great to have the new kids on the block, but it's also great to see how the old area has developed.
Jacqui, you've been a big part of that, and that's what makes this so special. What's going on there is there isn't a push to get people who have lived there and need to live there out of the neighborhood. It seems like people are really trying to find a way to build that community and include everybody.
Yes, and Mike, you're right, and you see it like monthly. You see, you know, the old rooming houses being, and the city's done a great push. The Street to Homes Foundation is doing a great, great organization that is helping renovate a lot of tear downs, and it's really exciting. It's really exciting to be a part of it. So it's great. You know, one of the drawbacks, of course, is that there's no parking anymore in the area. But our mayor has, you know, created this city that people want to bike ride, and people take LRT and they walk, and it'll be interesting because this will be the first shoe sale that we don't have our parking lot in downtown Vancouver. So for all of you,
of course, I forgot about that.
Be coming down.
Think about that as you're going down to the sale. There's lots of other ways
to get there.
No, totally.
And speaking of generations, we had your daughter on our show, and she obviously has it in her genes to do it for charity. How proud are you of Cassandra and what she's doing?
Wow, I'm so proud. Like, I obviously get very emotional. She's just a special special not child. I think of her as a child, but she's
Careful,
so
Mom.
passionate. I'm not pleased with some of the things she told you on that. So I might have to get even, but I'm so proud of her, and the passion is just, it comes from within, and she just wants to make the world a better place, you know?
Well, and she's watched you with the Face the World Foundation especially, and you know, your choice to get involved in your community and support your community and figure out ways to, you know, help a neighborhood and a people and a city grow as well. So.
And I think a lot of us are products of our environment, so thank you for that compliment. I mean, I grew up in a family, my mom and dad were very charitable, and I think charity begins at home, and if you're raised in a family that makes you aware of that not everybody's as fortunate as we are, and we have to do what we can to help those that are less fortunate. And my daughter, since she was 5, and the cameras would come through at at Face the World, and they'd say, what do you think of this? So she's known about Face the World and about where the money goes. She's been speaking at the event, so it was a natural evolution that one day she goes, Mom, I'm going to start my own charity. And she of course she is. And, you know, she's just miles and miles ahead of her mother in so many ways, I'm proud to say. I was in my 30s when I started, and she's in her early 20s.
Yeah,
so.
Now, Face the World Foundation, for those who don't know how it works and where your money goes every year, maybe you can explain how the charity decides where to put money.
Wow, it's the hardest part about having a charity is giving away the money responsibly. Face the World Foundation, we're having our 21st birthday bash. June the 4th, 5 weeks away.
You're legal.
Yeah.
Well, in most states.
And to date, we've dispersed over $6 million, close to $7 million in the greater Vancouver area, which I think is the unique thing. And we all want to take care of India and Japan and the rest of the world, but it's very important that we take care of our own backyard. And it's just such a city effort. You know, the restaurants, David Eisenstein doing the food, and the liquor's donated, and everybody comes in and gives a helping hand. And we're hoping to raise $1.5 million on June the 4th.
Well, and you guys focus on charities sometimes that can slip through the cracks and not get funding from other organizations.
Which is wonderful. There was an example of that, male survivors of sexual abuse 20 years ago. Nobody really thought that that was an issue, and we funded them, and they're up and running strongly. There's a need for it. So we do touch the hearts of many. You know, it started off 21 years ago, abused women, battered children, the hungry and the homeless. But in today's world, there's HIV, and there's, you know, so many other things. And, you know, you try and stick to your mandate, but you also have to grow.
Yeah.
Well, Jacqui, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And by the way, you can find out everything you need to know about the Army and Navy shoe sale. It starts tomorrow, April the 27th. We didn't even mention the brands. We have Coach, we have Guess, we have BCBG.
Paris
there
Hilton.
is so much more. Mike, those are for you.
I know, these are...
Those are, so you no socks either.
Thank you. These will come in handy.
And you can go to Face the World Foundation's website to find out all the information about Jacqui's amazing charitable work. Thanks so much, Jacqui.
Thanks, Jacqui.
See you at the sale. We're going to take a
Thank
quick
you.
break, and when we return...